Perfect. All right. Well, we're going to jump into our Redzone Rodeo 8 Seconds of Fame. So, first off, we have Russell Wilson. He was recently released by the Broncos, and he will be a pending free agent.
The Buffalo Bills recently released a bunch of notable players, including Jordan Poyer, their starting safety, Mitch Morse, their starting center, Tre'Davious White, one of their starting corners, to make room for future salary cap signings.
Xavier Worthy, you may have heard his name. You may have seen him in the combine draft. Well, he has now set the NFL combine record for 4.21 seconds in the 40-yard dash.
Jerry Jeudy was traded to the Cleveland Browns by the Denver Broncos for only a fifth and sixth round pick.
There's a number of notable running backs that were not franchise tagged during this kind of process, and their names are Tony Pollard, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. Going to be super interesting to see where these guys end up.
The NFL tampering period begins tomorrow on March 11th, and that's where teams can make deals with notable free agents, but they don't become official until Wednesday, March 13th, when free agency officially starts.
Tyron Smith has left the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sure Rob is saddened about that.
Absolutely distraught. Another notable cornerstone of the NFC East has left. Eagles defensive tackle Fletcher Cox retired today on March 10th.
And speaking of today, the Chiefs, Chris Jones has signed a 5-year deal, practically giving him $95 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid defensive tackle in the league.
The New England Patriots have finally moved on from quarterback Mac Jones, trading him to the Jacksonville Jaguars for potentially a sixth round pick.
The Seattle Seahawks wide receiver Tyler Lockett has agreed to a 2-year restructured contract worth $30 million.
The Patriots have agreed to terms with tight end Hunter Henry on a new 3-year contract, keeping him in New England instead of hitting free agency.
Cornerback Jalen Johnson, a big player with the Chicago Bears on the defensive side. He has agreed to a new 4-year, $76 million contract, keeping him within the building.
The Dolphins recently signed tight end Jonnu Smith to a 2-year, $10 million deal, kind of giving them that tight end weapon they've coveted so long to pair with all those great wide receivers and running backs they have.
The Rams have re-signed guard Kevin Dotson to a 3-year deal. Another guy there to keep protecting Matthew Stafford.
The Chiefs re-signed linebacker Drew Tranquil to a 3-year, $19 million deal, which is kind of sad as a Cowboys fan to see because he was a linebacker I really would have liked to see them get.
Mitchell Trubisky, the quarterback most recently for the Steelers, has agreed to terms with the Buffalo Bills, and he is going to be starting his new contract for 2 years, $5 million for the 2024 season.
Zach Ertz, tight end Zach Ertz, is now back in the NFC East, signing a 1-year deal with the Washington Commanders, and he will see his old team, the Philadelphia Eagles, twice a year.
The Philadelphia Eagles has also agreed to terms with Brandon Graham on a 1-year contract, and he's going to be coming back for his 15th season in Philadelphia.
The Ravens handed out a historic contract to their breakout defensive tackle from last season, Justin Madubuike, giving him a 4-year, $98 million extension after placing the franchise tag on him.
Shifting things over into the land of the United Football League, the new spring league, 2-time USFL champion for the Birmingham Stallions, running back Bo Scarborough, has announced his retirement from the UFL and football. I wish him all the best, and he played wonderfully in those 2 initial seasons for the USFL in the 21st century. Sad to see him go, but hope he does some great things in the near future.
The UFL announced a partnership with Under Armour for all their gear and jerseys and stuff like that, and they also revealed a bunch of images of their uniforms for the 2024 season.
During the past couple days and in the near future, teams in the UFL have been competing against each other in joint practices.
The DC Defenders traded edge rusher Chauncey Rivers to the Birmingham Stallions for offensive tackle Jameer Ross Johnson. Rivers spent the 2023 XFL season with the Houston Roughnecks, totaling 16 tackles and 2.5 sacks in 10 games, whereas Ross Johnson appeared in 8 games, starting 5 at offensive tackle for the Stallions in the 2023 USFL season.
Today on March 10th, when we are recording this, the UFL teams will be cutting their rosters from 75 personnel to 57.
Notable UFL wide receiver Ja'Cour Pearson, who was one of the best receivers in the XFL last year and is now on the Battlehawks, suffered a knee injury that will keep him out of the league for at least 6 weeks.
Alrighty, folks, there you have it. That is your 8 seconds of fame, Redzone Rodeo, breaking you down all of the news headlines that have been coming out the past couple days, including today, in a nice, concise format. So you guys can stay up with everything that may have happened. You may have already heard some of these bigger names that have been signed, franchise tagged, injured, hurt, whatever that might be. But of course, we want to come and bring you this kind of quick and easy format. So if you miss something, hey, we're keeping you up to date. Thank you for joining us on the Redzone Rodeo podcast.
If you like football and you like having fun, come on down and subscribe. Check out our channel for more videos like this one.
No ifs, ands, or buts. This is the best place for your football news.